Google just dropped a family of open source AI models called Gemma 4. They're multimodal, they're Apache 2 licensed, and the smallest one, it even runs on your phone. Let me show you. I'm currently on airplane mode, as you can see. I don't have any internet, no cloud, no API, and this is running entirely on the device. I'm going to explain quantum computing in about 3 sentences. You can see model on GPU. Quantum computing harnesses the principles of quantum mechanics such as superposition and entanglement to perform calculations in ways classical computers cannot. I'm not going to read the rest of that, but you get the idea. I'm going to write one more question. I'm going to say, elaborate and explain like I am 5 years old. So imagine a regular computer is like a light switch that can only be on or off, like a simple light. A quantum computer is like a magical light switch that can be both on and off at the same time. Now that right there, that is a frontier quality AI model generating on a phone with 0 network connection. Now, just a week ago, this didn't exist, but here's why it matters and here's how to set this up for yourself. Oh, and if you're new to the channel, my name is Nick. I've spent the last 2 years helping companies implementing AI and helping hundreds of entrepreneurs build their own AI business. Now this matters to you because the economics of AI just changed. Running any frontier quality intelligence locally, especially on hardware that you already own with 0 API costs and 0 data leaving your machine, that also rewrites the math on every single AI project. Whether you're building a product, running a business, or just experimenting, what I'm about to show you, it shifts everything. So here's what Google DeepMind actually released. It's called Gemma 4, and it's not just one model. It's actually a family of 4 different models. And at the small end, you have got the E2B. Now the E, it stands for effective. So it's an effective 2 billion parameter model. This is the one that I was just showcasing. It runs on your phone. It can run on your phone. And then there is the E4B. This is the effective 4 billion parameters, still small enough for any edge devices, but more capable. Now, both of these, they handle text, they handle images, and they handle audio also natively. Now you could talk to them and they can understand, what they see. And they also fit on a phone like I was just showcasing. Next up, we have these 2 bigger models right here. The first one, the 26B, this is just a mixture of experts architecture, about 25 billion total parameters, but only about 4 billion active at any given time. Now that is the efficiency trick right there. So it gets the knowledge of a 25 billion parameter model while only using the compute of a 4 billion parameter model. And finally, we have the 31B dense. This is the flagship. This is the full power, not having any shortcuts with it. And the bigger models, as you would expect, they handle text, images, and video. They've also got a 256,000 token context window. In all 4 models, they have native function calling, and it's not through prompt engineering as you might think, but through actual special tokens just baked into the architecture. Now they can reason step by step with a built-in thinking mode, and they all ship under Apache 2. So that last part, it is especially big. The previous Gemma models, they had a custom Google license with some restrictions, but Apache, this means that you can use these models commercially, you can modify them, you can even fine-tune them if you would like, and you could ship them in your own product. There's no permissions that you would need, no strings attached, and that is a first for Google, which is awesome to see. All right, so right here, this is the Arena AI Leaderboard. If you're not familiar with this, this is the most respected public benchmark for any language model. So if you look at the top 8, we have Claude, Gemini, Grok, GPT. They're all closed, they're all proprietary. All of them, they also cost money, as you might think. Now, if we just scroll down, you can see there's Gemma 4, of course, the 31B dense. This sits at number 27. It has an ELO score of about 1452. But here's the thing with this. It's actually number 3 among all open source models. So it's ahead of Llama, it is ahead of DeepSeek, and it is ahead of Qwen. So let me just put that into context. Llama, from Meta, of course, it has the biggest ecosystem. It has years of fine-tunes, adapters, and even community tooling. Now, Qwen from Alibaba, this is strong for anything multilingual. It has, 200 plus languages. In DeepSeek, this is the coding powerhouse. If you are not familiar with this already, it has the highest SWE bench score. But Gemma, this is the only one genuinely runs. Like, you are not going to have to quantize it to nothing. It actually runs with multimodal, with audio, and it just outranked every single one of them. But anyways, if you look at the 26 MOE version, the number 6 among open source with an ELO of about 1441. And remember, this model only uses 4 billion active parameters at inference time. So it's competing with models 10 times its active size. Now, if we look at some things even crazier than this, I'm just on the AIM benchmark results. We could also go to Excalibur and pull this up as well. So let me break this down. On the AIM 2026 math benchmark, competitive mathematics, the Gemma 4 31B, it scored an 89 29.2%. Gemma 3, on the other hand, the previous generation, that was about a 20.8%. That is a 4.3x improvement in just one generation. I've never seen a jump like that. Rather, we haven't seen a jump like that. Now, moving on to the live code bench for coding, this is 80%. So the GPQA Diamond for graduate level science, it's 84.3%. And this is a 31 billion parameter open source model performing at a level that was just unthinkable about 6 months ago. And it's not just the big models. The E4B Edge model hits 42.5% on AIM and 52% on live code bench running on a single T4 GPU. Now the tiny E2B, this gets 37.5% on AIM. This is from a model that fits on your phone. Now for years, open source AI, it has been playing catch up, if I'm just going to be completely honest. You would get a good model, you would use it for very basic tasks, but for anything serious, like you would still need to reach out and use GPT or Claude because the quality gap, like it was pretty exponential. You know, Gemma 4, it is breaking that pattern. Like this is a monumental release. So the 31 billion parameter model ranking number 3 among all open source models with an ELO of about 1452. That means the gap between open and closed, it is shrinking very, very fast. And for most real world practical use cases, it's close enough that the trade-off stops actually making sense. So think about what that actually means practically. Like there's no API costs that you have to incur, no rate limits, no data is going to be leaving your machine, no vendor lock-in. You are owning the model. You run it wherever you want. And if the model does about 90% of what the top closed models do, which these benchmarks are suggesting it does, that for most businesses and most developers, like that is going to be enough. But the edge variants, these are where the real evolution is actually at. So the E2B, it runs on less than 1.5 gigabytes of RAM with quantization. So that means phones, that means using Raspberry Pi and browsers. And the 26B MOE, it runs with only 4 billion active parameters, but it performs at a top 6 open source level. Now moving on to some of the hardware numbers, the Raspberry Pi 5, which I'll remind you, this is only an $80 computer. The E2B does 133 prefill tokens per second and 7.6 decode tokens per second on CPU alone. The next one of the Qualcomm Dragonwing NPU, this is about 3,700 prefill and 31 decode tokens per second. It's fast enough for any real-time conversations. And then you compare this to Gemma 3. This is 4 times faster with 60% lower battery consumption. Pretty crazy. So to put that in plain English, because I know that probably sounds like a random language you have never even heard about, on an $80 Raspberry Pi, this model reads your entire prompt almost instantly and it spits out about 8 words per second. On a flagship phone chip, it's fast enough to feel like a normal conversation, and compared to the last generation, it's 4 times faster, while it's draining way less battery on whatever device you are using. All right, now here's what actually gets me excited. This model has been out for about 4 days now at this point, and people are already building incredible stuff with it. Let me show you. This developer I just found on Twitter, he spent an afternoon experimenting with Gemma 4's vision capabilities. He just built an application that uses RoboFlow RF Deter for object detection and Gemma to describe what it is seeing. So watch this. He asked Gemma to describe the scene as if it were a medieval bard, and it's doing all of this running locally in the browser through WebGPU. There's no server, no API, just your browser in transformers.js. More than that, it's not just for fun experiments. There's actually an application called Envision. This is just an accessibility app for blind and low vision users. And what's going on is it's using Gemma 4 running locally on the phone to describe scenes from photos. There's no network connection needed, and that's the kind of application that only becomes possible when AI runs on the device itself. I've even seen people building full autonomous agents that run entirely on the device, not just chat, but agents that can actually browse the web, manage files, execute any code, and chain together multiple step workflows. This is all local and there's no cloud necessary. All right, well anyways, let me show you how you can actually start running this thing. So first things first, if you do not have Ollama installed, just go ahead and go to ollama.com/download and it'll pull up a screen like this. Obviously you want to choose whatever device you are using, Mac, Linux, or Windows. So what I'm going to do to make it as simple as possible instead of just throwing this in the terminal, which you can do, it's very simple. And if you do need help, just ask Claude or ask Chatgpt, whatever, for help. So I'm going to go ahead and download this for Mac OS and we'll go start running this. So once you install Ollama, you'll be able to open up the application. It'll look a little bit something like this. But if you search through all these different models, you'll find that you do not yet have Gemma 4. So we first have to install it. So to install it, we're just going to go back into our terminal and we're just going to type out Ollama poll Gemma 4 26B. And we'll hit download. So with this, I am pulling the 26B MOE variant. So this is the one with 26 billion total parameters, but there's only about 4 million active. So this is the sweet spot for most people. It's the flagship and getting all that flagship quality, and it's going to be laptop friendly. So it is, again, the sweet spot for most of you out there. All right, so that just finished running. It took maybe about 6 minutes on my setup to actually install. So let's just open Ollama back up. We'll go to new chat and we'll see if Gemma 4 is now inside of here. We can see we have Gemma 4 26B. So all of this is running locally. There's no API, no cloud. Everything is happening right here on this machine. So I'm just going to type out, explain the difference between a mixture of experts model and a dense model in 2 sentences, and we'll run that off. So already it's taking about 5 seconds for this to generate. So a little bit slower than anything else. Like if you're going to compare this with Claude, it will be a little bit slower. So it's thinking through everything. Now we got a response. A dense model activates its entire parameter set for every input, meaning computational cost scales directly with the total number of parameters. In contrast, a mixture of experts model using a gating mechanism to activate only a specific subset of experts for each input, allowing for much larger models to run with significantly lower computational cost per token. So now I'm just going to say, explain that like I'm 10 years old, explain it very simply and concisely. As you can see, it's thinking pretty thoroughly. It thought for about 7.3 seconds, saying a dense model uses every single part of its brain to solve every single problem, no matter how easy it is. A mixture of experts model only picks the specific specialist that it needs for each task, which makes it much faster and smarter. So pretty awesome to see. And with this, we can go to the launch section. And if you browse this just a little bit, you'll be able to see that you can plug this directly into OpenClaw and turn it into a full autonomous agent. So you can even have it browse the web, you can have it manage files and chaining together entire workflows. All of this, with that being said, is going to be running locally through Ollama and Gemma 4 or whatever specific model you're going to be using under the Gemma 4 family. Now, I'm not going to set all that up inside of this video, but if you want me to make a full walkthrough on how to actually install OpenClaw with Gemma 4, drop a comment below and I'll make a video on that next. And if you don't want to install anything at all, Hugging Face, they actually have a web GPU demo where you can run Gemma 4 directly inside of your browser. I'll drop a link in the description and inside of my Scroll community if you guys are interested in seeing that. Now, I do want to be very straight with you because I'm not here to just hype up a model. There are real limitations that you should be knowing about. So let me go over them very briefly. So the edge models, the E2B and the E4B, these are still very small models. So for any complex multi-step reasoning, deep code analysis across any large databases or any production grade document understanding, you will want and need the 31B, or you're still just reaching for, a closed model where you have to use Opus or maybe OpenAI's Codex. Now, beyond that, quantization. This matters as well. So when you compress a model to just fit on a phone running at maybe 4-bit or 2-bit precision, you are going to lose quality. So the benchmarks shown, they are for full precision models. Any quantized versions, they're good, but they're not going to be the same. And the ecosystem, this is brand new. So Llama, they have had years of community fine-tunes and adapters and specialized variants, but Gemma 4, this has existed for about 4 days now. So the tooling and community, it will naturally come, but just right now, Llama's ecosystem, it is much, much deeper. Now, video understanding, this only works on the larger models. So the edge models, they are going to do text, they'll do image, and they'll do audio. But if you need video analysis, you are going to need the 26B or the 31B. Now, on the overall leaderboard, there are still 26 models ahead of it. All of them, they are closed. They're all proprietary. And if you need absolute peak quality and cost is not going to be a factor for you, the closed models, they're just, at the end of the day, they're meaningfully ahead. But the gap, as we are seeing, it is shrinking fast, but it's still pretty hard for any hard tasks. Now, with that being said, if you guys are building AI into your business, or if you just want to stay ahead of shifts like this one, I've got a free Scroll community with over 18,000 plus people. We're talking about how to actually use models like Gemma 4, what workflows work, what doesn't, and how to build real businesses around this stuff. So there's no fluff, just operators sharing what's actually working. And make sure to go ahead and check out our free AI newsletter as well, where we give you weekly strategies to starting and growing your business. Link is also down below in the description. Both of those are completely free. And if your business is looking to either drive leverage or increase your bottom line, then make sure it's to book in a call with our team to see how we can help you, how we can grow your business in 2026. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Hope you found some real value within this video. I think these models, they are amazing. I'm going to be using them for very simple tasks, but nothing incredibly or increasingly complex. That's why I'm going to leave all these closed source models up to, doing all that work for. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe for more daily strategies and weekly tips and all this stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video.